Hey broskies, what's up? It's Sona. Hope all of you are having a good day. So in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about Flickr Part 2. A lot of people have been wondering about this for a while now, and I get these questions all the time. Where is Flickr Part 2? Well, you're gonna find out in this video, but if you don't even know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Just go watch one of my other videos. But if you are someone who has the same question, I ask that you please stick through this video, watch it all. I have been wanting to make this video for a very long time, and it was very hard for me to make this. I ask that everyone respects my choices that I have made in this video, and that all of you are civil with me in the comments, please. Anyways, thank you. Now let's get into the video. So Flickr was an animatic that I had based off of the Roblox game Flicker last year. I worked very hard on this video, and it took me over 2 months to finish. I kid you not, within that time frame, I worked nearly non-stop. I was very exhausted and barely took any breaks when I worked on it. I heavily sacrificed my mental health for this project, and it was the only thing I allowed myself to do. My friends also voice acted for me in that video, which I am very grateful for. They did a very good job, so props to their hard work too. Anyways, this video blew up way more than expected. I expected it to do pretty well, but I never anticipated that it would get the amount of attention that it did. Of course, I was shocked, but I was also very happy about it, because again, I worked really hard on it. It took a very long time, but I can definitely say without a doubt, this is the hardest video I have literally ever made, the hardest video I've ever worked on, but it's also the most well-made and well-organized. I'm very proud of it, and it was kind of like a passion project for me. That's why I made it to begin with. Naturally, since everyone loved it so much, people were very hyped for part 2, since the first video was of course part 1. Since I worked so hard on it, I decided I would take a good break before I started working on part 2, since it took me such a long time. During my break, every single day, I would get hundreds, even thousands of comments of people asking, where is Flickr Part 2? I was happy that people loved my videos so much and wanted to see more, of course, but however, this quickly became very overwhelming for me. Getting comments on my Flickr video was one thing, of course, that was expected. Clearly, people are gonna want to see part 2. But eventually, when I started uploading different videos that had nothing to do with Flickr, I would get hundreds of comments about Flickr on my videos not even related to it, of people again asking where is Flickr Part 2 on literally every single video I made. This eventually became too stressful for me, so I muted the word Flickr from my comment section so that I wouldn't see them anymore, since they stressed me out so much. After a little while, I eventually began doing Roblox commentary videos, which most of you know is what I do for content today. They are much quicker and way easier to produce, and it lets me upload consistently, because before, I used to upload every few months, and now I upload every few days. Since commentary works so well for me, I stuck with it and began to prioritize uploading consistently. I was very happy with what I was doing, and I could not have made a better choice for my channel. Because of this, I was no longer very focused on Flickr. Of course, I still wanted to continue it, but it was no longer my top priority, so I took my time. Months passed and still no part 2. This left people confused and upset. I would often get people asking me where part 2 was on places like Twitter and Discord. This brought back my stress, and I didn't know what to say to them, so I always responded I was working on it even though I hadn't done a single frame of it. People eventually started saying things like, it's been months and still no part 2, this is taking way too long, or she isn't gonna finish it, I've been waiting for way too long. These comments made me very upset and they hurt me a lot. I didn't want people to doubt me or think I was lazy, because obviously I'm not. I was very hardworking. I just wanted to take my time and do what I actually wanted to do on my channel. After a little while getting sick of this, I decided to draw a few frames. However, unlike part 1, I didn't get the same amount of enjoyment from working on it that I did before. It felt really forced, and honestly, I just didn't enjoy it. But I kept telling myself I need to finish part 2 even if I don't want to. It's what people want. I kept lying to myself, and I kept telling myself that I did want to work on it when I really didn't. It quickly turned from a passion project into a big burden and hassle. I was no longer making this video because I enjoyed it. I was making it to please others. That was why. I had lost all desire to work on it, and the only thing driving me to do so was so that I wouldn't disappoint everyone, not for myself. After making a few long and very painful frames, I took another break. Another few months passed. I had nearly forgotten about Flickr, literally, like I just forgot about it. That's how much I cared about it at that point. I moved on, I just didn't feel the same about it anymore, and my passion for the project was completely gone basically. I had vented to my boyfriend several times about this, how it stressed me out and how I just wanted to finish it simply to get it over with. He always asked me if I truly wanted to make it or if I was just doing it for others. Every time I always lied to myself and I told him I do want to finish it, but deep down I'm pretty pretty sure he knew I was lying. A few more months passed, and I decided that I would work on it again. I began sketching a frame for it when I eventually stopped. I realized this was not what I wanted. Sketching the frame felt completely unbearable for me. I was just forcing myself, and I wanted to stop. I realized just how much I hated even the thought of working on it. Every single second of me drawing that frame was painful, and I'm gonna be honest, I just hated it. I kept going back and forth with myself, telling myself that I needed to finish it, that I had to, for everyone, and I couldn't let them down. I couldn't disappoint everyone. Then telling myself, no, just stop. Stop working on it. You don't want this. And eventually, that's exactly what I did. I set my pen down, I deleted my drawings, I closed my drawing program, I was just done. At that moment, I just felt such a heavy weight lifted off my shoulders because I didn't have to force myself and lie to myself anymore. And I won't. I won't force myself to create something that I don't want to because my feelings matter too. So I'm sorry if this disappoints anyone, but I am doing this for myself. I am not going to be making Flickr Part 2. This project is over and I cannot work on it anymore. I can't force myself. And while I am sorry for anyone who did want to see Part 2, I am not sorry for prioritizing my health and what I want personally. I was terrified of making this video and I was scared of what people would think, but you know what? I don't care anymore. I moved on from the Flickr series a long time ago, but also just for anyone who is sad and stuff that I am not continuing it, don't worry, because while I am not making the animatic, the story for Part 2 is still available to read. I wrote it all in a Google Doc, so don't worry. You can still see what happens and see who the killer is and all that great stuff, so I won't leave your broskies hanging on that one. Also, I don't know if you guys could tell, but yes, this video in particular was scripted. I actually recorded it once before already, but I just kept rambling on. I didn't want to make this video too long because I really just wanted everyone to watch the whole video, okay? So yeah, this was scripted. I hope I didn't sound like a robot. I tried. I know I said this already, but yeah, I'm not making Flickr Part 2. It's not going to be made into an animatic. I'm done forcing myself to do things that I don't want to do. I'm just done, okay? I'm sorry to anyone that is disappointed already. I know you guys were really excited. As much as I love that video that I made, I am no longer passionate about it. Like, that project was a passion project, and, you know, if I lost all of my passion for it, then there's not really any point in continuing it aside from doing it for others, which I realized that I shouldn't force myself, so I'm not going to. I have been meaning to make this video for a very long time. I was really scared to make this video at first, but I'm really happy that I made this video because now I don't gotta worry about it anymore. A huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Now I can just focus on what I want to focus on and not have this giant burden on my back. Also, just for anyone who is wondering, no, I don't want anyone to feel bad for asking where Flickr Part 2 is. Naturally, of course, you broskies are gonna be excited because, you know, that was a pretty good video, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, people are gonna be excited about it and they're gonna want to know where Part 2 is, but I'm just letting you know, there isn't gonna be a Part 2 because I realized my mental health matters. I know there's probably gonna be a few people who are like, oh my god, I can't believe Sona isn't finishing Flickr Part 2. I'm unsubscribing, I hate you, but good for you, I guess. If you can't respect my decision to choose my health over a video, then feel free to leave, you know? That's your problem. But yeah, so thank all of you broskies so much for watching, and especially if you stuck through all of this and listened to everything that I had to say, thank you so much, because this was, again, really hard for me to make, and I just want people to understand how I feel, how much this has stressed me out. I've been silent on this for a very long time, and I'm just happy that it's all over. And if I do make any animatics of any sort in the future, most likely all of them are just going to be one-part animatics so that I don't have to worry about another huge project again and disappointing people with not making a part 2 on them anymore. They're just gonna be one-part animatics, stuff that I actually want to do, and if they ever were part 2 animatics, I would make sure that I would be able to make 2 parts, okay? But yeah, so thank you broskies so much for watching, and with that, I'll see all you guys in the next video. Bye!